welcome Year 7 to our latest flipped classroom video. Today what we're going to be doing is files and filing. So that's a type of hand tool that we'll be using to construct our CO2 car. What this presentation is going to concentrate on mostly is the actual files themselves, and in class I will do a quick demonstration on how to use a file. Okay. Now the size and shape of the teeth will dictate the grade of the file. There are 3 grades: smooth, second cut, and bastard. And yes, the term is called bastard, and I don't want to hear anyone in class giggling about that. Okay, stone has got to be pretty sharp, and I can also demonstrate these to you in class. Now make sure you've taken notes and prepare for your next lesson, okay, where I'll be doing a quick demo and I'll be passing around various amounts of files so you can have a look at and prepare yourself for using them in your CO2 cars. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you in class. Thanks.
10. Welcome to Chemistry 101. A bit of a background from last year so that we can go forward with this year's work. We're going to start looking at the atom. So the atom that you can see is the lithium atom, and it's a beautiful thing. It's nice and balanced. It's got a nucleus in the middle and it's got electrons spinning around the outside. Okay, in the nucleus we can see we've got protons and neutrons. The difference between them is that the protons all have a positive charge and the neutrons are neutral. You also see that there are 3 protons and they balance out the 3 tiny electrons whizzing around the outside.
What's important is that this C here, so that's representing the length of one of the sides, that side has to be opposite the angle that we use down here. So let's have a look at what that looks like in an example. Right, so our example is written here. We've got a triangle with an angle of 50 degrees down the bottom, a side of 7 metres, a side of 3 metres, and we're asked to find the length of this side up here, this D. So we're going to substitute all of this into our formula. So we've got our D metres, so that's going to be in our formula, that's going to be our C, that's the side that we're trying to find. And it's also opposite our angle 50, so our 50 degrees is what's going to go in here. Our A and our B are our 7 and our 3, so it doesn't matter which order they go in, as long as one of them's A, one of them's B. So let's fill it in. So we're going to have D squared is equal to 7 squared plus 3 squared minus 2 times 7 times 3 times cos of 50 degrees.
In this video, I want to start having a look at parabolas and what their graphs look like. So we're going to use this program called GeoGebra, and we're going to use it so that we can manipulate our equations and see what effect the different numbers in our equations have on what our graph looks like. So the first thing I want you to do is press on this button here that says slider, and just over in the corner here somewhere, press. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to write an equation of a parabola. So our parabola is going to have an equation of y equals a times x squared, so you're going to have to press shift 6 to get that little up arrow thing there, and then squared, plus c. So in there, our a and our c, they're just numbers, but we're using our sliders to determine what those numbers are. So if we press OK, I'm just going to move this slider down so that it's at 0 for a second.
And then what you need to do now, that's the last part. Now you can see here, if you focus back to the front, see the N shape that you've got? Yeah. That's what you need to see. If you can't see the N shape, then you've done it wrong. Okay? Plain and simple. Alright. Here comes the fun part, is threading the actual machine. Moisture helps a lot. Also, you may need to cut it a couple of times and then thread it through the eye of the needle, which is really, really tiny. And you tend to go cross-eyed and you can't see anymore, and I'm going to cut it. Here we are. There we go. So it's passed through. It will take a bit of practice to get this right, okay? And then what you need to do is just need to pull with a slight amount of tension, and then you need to pass it through this little gap here, and it will snap through, and then you put it behind at the back. Your machine is now threaded from the top. you are not clear to start sewing yet. It does not work if you don't do the next step either. Okay. All right, your task right now is I'm going to upload this recording, and I've got another recording as well on there as well. And you're going to tell me if you're going to write down a procedure or type it up on Classroom, whichever you choose, and then you'll need to give it to your friend or someone else, and they have to follow the procedure, and if they can't do the procedure, you've done it wrong. You need to evaluate them. Okay? Do I have any questions?